Good morning, my name is Devin Watson, and today I will be taking a look into the art of the black race riding dirt bikes in Baltimore. The reason why my topic is important is because it can cause kids and older adults, like around my age and older, to get imprisoned because dirt bike riding in the streets of Baltimore is illegal. Without further ado, let's get into that case. So, my first question is, what's your name?
18.
How old are you?
18.
And what's your Instagram? Alright, so my second question: what memories come to mind when you think about Houston State?
Really, the main memory that come to mind is, mind you, on my street, I live on a street called Barn. So it'd be like big ass dirt bikes going down my street. And I'll never forget this one day. This nigga, he came down my street and it was a girl in the block. She hopped on the back of the dirt bike. He wheeling up the street. He flipped it. And they both flipped on the ground, slid. Mind you, all the niggas that's waiting for him, they was just with the pack ways, just looking at him. Everybody in the alley. And they just flat back on the street. That's the best memory because it was funny. It's like you came over here and check you was ready to be special on your ass.
Shit, you're like that. Alright, so my third question is, how do you think movies, news, or social media show black dirt bike riders in Baltimore?
I mean, I like 12 O'Clock Boys. That's really what made me want to start riding dirt bikes. You know what I mean? Like 12 O'Clock Boys, when I first seen that, that's a documentary though, so I don't really know if I consider it like a movie. But I know I like Charm City Kings too. Like, it shine a light on it. It show you that the dirt bikes are not like what the news puts the way it is. Like, the news make it seem like it's like it's a problem, like it's illegal, like we doing something that's like a crime. But in reality, it's just an escape from the reality of the street. Right? It's just an escape.
Exactly. Like, alright, so my fourth question. What race do you see most while riding dirt bikes in Baltimore?
I mean, black people. I'm be honest, the only white people I ever see in a pack is the ones that be with the surrounds, like the electric ones. They the only white people that be in the entire pack, nobody else. That's your homeboys.
Alright, that's it, bro. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Bradley Blount. My Instagram is _. I'm here to answer the question about what memories do I get when like I think about like big dirt bike packs and stuff. Honestly, the memories that I would say I get from it, I get like good memories, like, you know, like memories like when I got my first bike, when I first started riding, how the experience was when I was learning at the field, practicing, you know, things like learning how to really and just ride, and like experiences like now where I'm at like a higher level now, and you know, when riding with big packs, it's just like it's nice, you know, it's like a different environment. You meet new people, you know, good people. They can be considered like family members, friendly people, you know. It's just nice, you know. Everybody's mostly trying to do the same thing when it comes to like dirt bikes and stuff. So, you know, you got support people to help and teach you. It's a nice environment. Okay, now, how can things like news, social media, and stuff affect like bike life, right? So, on the news in Baltimore, you know, you might see like slander about bike life, like, oh, it's bad, or, you know, maybe dirt bikes took over the streets, or dirt bikes took over the highways. You see things like that. A lot of people in the news, they don't actually ride dirt bikes, so, you know, from that perspective, it could be like okay, dirt bikes are bad and dangerous. Then let's look at it from a cultural perspective. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people, they grew up doing this. So, to them, it could be like the best thing in the world. You know, their fun, their freedom, their escape. It could be same with pedal bikes. Same thing. You know, that could be their fun, their freedom. You know, things like that. So, like things like the news can make bike life seem bad. Things like social media can make it seem great or bad. You know, negativity can be spread on social media, but also positivity. You know, like you might see like a dirt bike documentary, or anybody watching this, they might see like Charm City Kings. That movie, it was a good movie. You know, so you know a lot of things can affect bike life in a good or bad way. News can be good or bad depending on what somebody's saying about it. Social media, you may see like videos, documentaries, different things. So you know, everyone got a different perspective. So it's just about how you see it. Just because one person says something bad about it doesn't mean that's what it is. Just because somebody says something good about it doesn't mean that's what it is. You know, it's all about how you see it. Hey, once again, my name is Bradley Blount. I'm here to talk about like what races you mostly see or you might see riding bikes in Baltimore. Me personally, when I ride with like big packs and stuff, I see a lot of black people. You know, you might see a few Mexicans, but it's different though. Like you might go on the trails, you might see like a lot of Mexicans in the trails, you know, like with trucks, ATVs, you know, different things like that. Not to say that Mexicans don't ride in the street. They definitely do, but you know, you might see some Mexicans in the trails, you might see less Mexicans on the street or around with the pack, but you definitely see some. Around with the pack, you'll see a lot of black people, you know. But a big part of that is growing up in Baltimore, you might have had like an older cousin that rode bikes, or you might have had an uncle that rode bikes, so you might have got into it, and it just keep going like that. Like, let's say you got an uncle. Now, the uncle teaches the nephew how to ride a bike. Now, you know, it just keep getting passed down. So, a lot of parts of the black people riding a lot in the packs is mostly sometimes just family things, like, you know, it been passed down, or, you know, I taught my cousin, I taught my other cousin, you know, we all came together, my uncle bought me a bike, you know, we started learning. It's mostly go like that, so it's like more like environmental, like cultural type of thing. Hey, once again, my name is Bradley Blount. I'm here to talk about like what races you mostly see or you might see riding bikes in Baltimore. Me personally, when I ride with like big packs and stuff, I see a lot of black people. You know, you might see a few Mexicans, but it's different though. Like you might go on the trails, you might see like a lot of Mexicans in the trails, you know, like with trucks, ATVs, you know, different things like that. Not to say that Mexicans don't ride in the street. They definitely do, but you know, you might see some Mexicans in the trails. You might see less Mexicans on the street or around with the pack, but you definitely see some. Around with the pack, you'll see a lot of black people, you know. But a big part of that is growing up in Baltimore. You might have had like an older cousin that rode bikes, or you might have had an uncle that rode bikes. So you might have got into it, and it just keep going like that. Like, let's say you got an uncle. Now, the uncle teach the nephew how to ride a bike. Now, it just keep getting passed down. So a lot of parts of the black people riding a lot in the packs is mostly sometimes just family things, like, it been passed down, or, I taught my cousin, I taught my other cousin, we all came together. My uncle bought me a bike. We started learning. It's mostly go like that. So it's like more like an environmental, like cultural type of thing.
Filming the shit out of them, dummy. He hella sick. They sick as shit. Oh my god. Yeah, Kelly got it. Knock us out enough.